Hey, how you doing over there? We've got an audience. We've got a crowd. We're rolling deep. Lumoninski. There we go. Get it right.
Cha-cha-cha.
Beep. Bloop. Blop. Okay. Okie dokie. Lane? Lane? Are you ready?
Yeah, let me turn this thing off here.
Okay. I'll let you adjust your toys. Then we'll get down to business here. Oh, bloop. Bloop. That's what I gotta do. I almost forgot. Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. All right. I'm ready. I saw the TV.
Okay. It's like that one really annoying SNL skit. Yes. All right, here we go. I will do the thing, and you'll do the thing. 5, 4, 3, 2. From the studio, I'm speaking English. Sorry, I forgot. 3, 2. From the studios of Coefficient Media in Jackson, Michigan.
This is the Android App Show, episode 52. This week, we're going to show you how to find the app in the Haystack.
Sorry, I screwed. I put a knife in a baby.
Knifed the baby.
3, 2. From the studios of Coefficient Media in Jackson, Michigan.
This is the Android App Show, episode 52. This week, we're going to show you how to find an app in a haystack.
Welcome to the Android App Show.
The future of the telephone business is bright and rich with promise for the millions of telephone users like yourselves, whose quick acceptance and ready use of each improvement in telephone service has helped make possible an endless chain of accomplishments. What will it be this time?
Welcome to the Android App Show, everybody. We're having fun.
Yeah, I'm trying to get ready for the app marathon we got coming up here. The Marathon of Apps and News.
Yes, it's true. This
Splash some
is
water on my face.
the Android App Show. That's what we do. We don't splash water on our faces usually.
Fake.
Oh. That was a little crazy.
A little bit of sound on there. Sorry.
A little bit. No.
So I guess I should introduce myself.
Yeah.
This is Lane,
Oh, yeah, you are.
and I guess I'm the Android fanboy of the Android App Show.
Mhm.
So, like the ultimate.
The ultimate.
This is my place to be.
Yeah. And I'm Dave, and I am a wannabe fanboy. I'm a distanced admirer.
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go.
I think that's fair. You like iOS, but you're not blind to its faults or
Right.
Android's advantages, and you say faults, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We won't get into that discussion right now.
I just say it has growing to do. It has a little bit of...
Yeah, we could do just a straight out show of just head-to-head debate.
Ooh.
You know, what's better.
We should do that during the midterm elections.
There you go.
Wait, no, that already happened. The coming elections.
Yeah.
We'll have the grand debate.
Well, no, even better, we could do it this year. when the elections are being held in the off year.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Because there'll be nothing else for people to watch.
Yeah.
It'll be like, hey, since you're not tired of politics yet, let's mock a debate. So I guess let's get right in here to these app reviews. Back in episode 15, published April 18th, 2010, for all you record keepers out there, Dave and I first reviewed these two apps, the first two apps that I'm doing. So these two are somewhat of a rehash, but there's a new kind of big kid on the block now as far as what these apps do.
Big kid.
So I would like to introduce you to the first themed Android app show. And the first app being AppAware, which in our theme, if you can't guess it based on what AppAware is app discovery.
I like it.
That's where I went with that at the beginning of the show, finding the app in a haystack.
Oh.
So
Really?
the first app is AppAware, and it's for free on the Android market. Let me go ahead and pull this up here. It's got a cool little like squiggle icon or whatever. So, boom.
I like it. I like it already.
Pull it up. So the timeline right here, which is how it normally opens up, will show you apps that are being installed around you. It's kind of interesting because
Geo.
Yeah, of the three apps that I'm going to review, each one of these kind of has their own strong suit. And AppAware's strong suit is a unique location focus, so that they kind of, the other apps don't really do that within a certain radius or whatever. What are people installing? Which is pretty cool. If you remember back to the previous review I did of this, I kind of mentioned, local news apps, if you like your local TV station publishes an app,
Right.
that would kind of show up on this list where it wouldn't on the entire country's, hot trending list.
Oh yeah, that's really cool. So you would say this application is location aware also.
Oh ho, yes, it is very location aware. So this, let's see, it shows the top apps being installed around me. Actually, the top two are two apps I just installed, that Google Chrome to phone, which I had to reinstall. I wiped my phone a couple weeks ago, but this full HDMI for Evo.
So, wait, so you said like local apps?
Yeah.
That's, to get this right, it's people who are installing the apps locally.
That's correct.
Not like it doesn't know where the app developer is.
No,
Okay.
no, it's not based on that.
That freaked me out a little.
So, yeah, we know where you are when you published it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is pretty cool, Look, there's a police scanner on here. And one of the cool things about this, like these police scanner apps, you don't really know if they support your local thing.
Yeah.
But if you see a bunch of them being installed, there's a pretty good chance right there.
Or a lot of people just are nosy.
True, but it might not rank so high. But then you can go to worldwide and see, the top apps being installed right now. You can also build friends lists by adding them from from your contact book, and they have to be other Android users. That only makes sense. Here's the top installed, top updated, top removed. You can filter them by hour, day, week.
What's top removed?
Yeah, so let's see what people are taking out right within the past hour.
Gotta love those craps.
Yeah. Words with friends. I've heard the advertising on that's really annoying. Yeah. STK launcher.
Okay.
Looks like a home replacement. App Planet, Go SMS, Handset. Angry Birds.
Angry Birds?
Moved by 5 users.
Oh, so sad.
So you can filter by like my device model. So the people who are removing stuff for this. Because the thing is, like, if you have a higher end device and people are installing higher end apps and they don't work, or there's some error or something like that, a lot of that removal could be due to compatibility issues. So if you just filter it by your own device manufacturer, you can kind of get more of a sense of what people who are, not just Android users, but your phone set.
Totally.
So that's very very convenient. The same goes for when you're searching for top installed, etc. But you can also tag apps on here instead of writing full reviews. And they really kind of encourage this, I think, because it's easier for users to tag more apps than it is to write a review for each and every app.
I see.
But it helps you like delineate the games that, quote, sucks. Or here's root ones. Their apps that are tagged with root.
What does that mean?
It could mean anything because they're user tags. But like this quick boot, auto killer, like these, they require root. Yeah. So if you're a root user and you want to know what all the cool stuff is that you could get that other people can't, and then you can of course go right over to the market and search for those. But it'll maintain a list of stuff that you have installed. Let's see, if you go here into settings, you can connect with Twitter or Facebook. And when you do that, you can set it to automatically post to Twitter or Facebook again when you install, update, or uninstall an app. And you can choose each one of those individually. So, yeah. I don't really recommend it.
It's cool, kind of.
Yeah. But you can also enable things like a tagging reminder, so it'll pop up a little notification up there that says, hey, you should tag these apps or whatever that you've just installed. Let's see. You can set your like the distance unit in miles and kilometers or whatever because it tells you how far away is the person that installed the app is when when you're looking at the list of them. So I think it's pretty cool. It's probably I did it first because it's probably my least favorite. But it's a very strong app. I mean, I don't want to cut on it too bad because it definitely has all three of these apps. None of them are a rip-off of any of the other ones. They all have a different interface. So even though this is my least favorite app, I still rate it pretty high as a good app overall. But it's just a user interface preference, and this just doesn't fall right in my groove. So,
gotcha.
But I'm sure it's great for a lot of people, so it's worth trying out just to figure out, what's right for you. So check it out from the market again. It's App Aware, one word, and it's free. So cool. Good times.
I like it a lot.
But okay, moving on here to the next app to review. This one is called App Brain. It's one word. And you might recognize this if you're a
zombie,
a frequent,
App Brain.
If you crave brains, or if you're a frequent visitor to our website. Up until very recently, we used App Brain to display ratings and links and QR codes or whatever to apps that we reviewed. But we're starting to take some of that stuff on ourselves, especially now that web market is out. I really like that.
Yeah,
we're kind of using that. But let's see. This is it's for free on the Android market. Let me pull up the little icon here. This has a more simple interface that greets you than AppAware. And this app's unique focus is on personal recommendation. So it's kind of I'll pull up here recommended apps. So it builds a list of apps that you have. They have just some sort of magical algorithms that say, hey, we noticed you have such and such installed. Like it knows I have Astro. So it's suggesting to me to install the SMB module, which would let it work with Windows networking partitions. So I can access my network shares or whatever on my desktop using my Android phone. Fruit Ninja, it's recognizing to me. Recommending. How many times did I say recognize instead of recommend? Let's see. XDA Developers, which is like a chat app.
Now, does it tell you why it's recommending these to you? Like,
no,
other information does
I don't think
it
it doesn't say like you did
because
blah blah blah. Yeah, it just.
That's one thing that's kind of interesting about the iOS Genius recommendations. So it says you bought this, so you might like this.
So I'll hit right there. It's one of these, I think. Maybe if I just go back. All right. Now, one of the other things too, the interface for what I'm about to show you is a little bit clunky. They have this list button up here, and you're an iPad user, Dave, so you might be more used to that.
Pop over.
But this has hot apps today, hot apps this week, and popular apps in the United States because it knows that's where I am. So like you can hit hot apps today, and it will show you not just the most installed, but the fastest rising installed.
Oh, that's cool.
Apps like this NVIDIA Tegra Zone.
That's
it shows.
new.
Now it says less than 50 downloads, but it's less than 50 downloads for people that have AppBrain installed on their phone when they installed it, because that's all they track. They don't do. Yeah. I think on here, I don't know. Maybe they do scrape that from the market too. But this is the whole point of, again, reviewing these apps is so that you can find apps yourself. Mm-hmm. So you'll see a lot of junk in here, but it'll help you pick out a couple cool things like this Locus app. Never mind, that's not a cool one. I know what that is.
Not cool.
So Tricorder, that's an oldie but a goodie. It's nice to see it's up and coming. So you can see that.
You reviewed that on like one of the first shows we did.
Yeah, I totally did. I'm installing it too.
Nice.
Thanks, AppBrain.
What's iDisplay?
Expanding the viewable area on your main monitor.
What? Oh, that's what it is.
Extends your desktop monitor onto your...
Boom.
Wow, because you just need that little bit.
I've tried it before.
For $5 though, I don't know. I don't need that much more monitor space for $5. So you can also filter this by free, paid, new, updated, price reduce, apps to SD enabled, which is very nice if you're on a phone with limited storage space like the Evo. Let's see. You can also do specific categories.
That is a weird menu.
And yeah, no, it's all pop up from up here. I don't like it. It's not very user friendly.
It's not very.
Don't get me wrong. There's tons and tons of features on here, which is really great. But it's just not. It's not quite there.
It's weird. I mean, it's not a unified interface for Android.
No, and you'd think that pressing any of this stuff up here would take you home.
No.
It doesn't take you home. I mean to this screen, the splash screen.
You gotta hit the back.
Yeah. So, but the cool thing about AppBrain is you can sync all your stuff up, and then when you log into your AppBrain account on the web, you can use that as you can post that as a public profile, and then share with other people what apps you have installed on your phone.
Yeah, there was a thing in there that said view others or other users or something. What was that all about?
Yeah, right here. Explore users. You have to find people and by username. You can connect with Facebook. Yeah. Popular users, that's cool. But look up usernames. My username is the same thing as my Twitter name, 14N3. So if you want to add me on AppBrain, you can see all the apps that I have installed. But I'm also on appbrain.com/users/14N3. Cool. And we'll have a user, rather singular. We'll have a link to that up on the website. So some pretty cool stuff. But one of the things that's nice about AppBrain is it's featured automatic app installation from the web before that was available from Google's web interface. And that is supported clear back to Android 1.5.
So that just uses, how does it initiate that?
It's you install this other app called Fast Web Installer, and that checks their server every now and then whenever you've gone onto their website and say install this app or whatever, then that will pull it up on the market, and then you just hit install. So it is a little bit different. It doesn't install it automatically like Google does on their thing, but
it notifies you that you can install it right away.
Yeah, and it was around before Google had their website. So for being a third-party service, I'd say that's pretty good, really. So
ahead of the curve.
Yeah, for sure. So check it out. It's AppBrain. I really love it. This is really a power user app. Not so much for the beginner, but a lot of features. So, and it's free. Like all of the apps I'm reviewing today. So this app, there we go.
What's going on? Crazy times.
So this next app that I'm going to review, again, is also a free app. It's called Chomp. You have to, there we go. There we go.
Chomp!
This next app I'm going to review is called Chomp, and it's for free on the Android market.
This is new too, isn't it?
It's new for us, but it's been out on iOS for a while. So you can visit the website chomp.com and search for iOS and
Not chomp.org.
No. Yeah, that's some weird thing or whatever. What the heck was that?
It was like some government thing, wasn't it?
I don't know. I thought it was
an acronym.
Yeah, for something else, but it's funny. But you can do iOS or Android apps if you go to chomp.com.
Chomp. Don't be a
the
chump.
Yawning with the late night show.
Don't be a chump. Go to Chomp.
So, I've installed this on iOS. Checked it out. It's really cool. The Android version of the app really hasn't disappointed me. This one kind of separates itself from the other apps by offering a focus on search discovery. And you might say, Lane, those other apps they had search bars on them. Yes, but not quite like this one.
Oh.
So, Chomp is, they're very persistent in this app. Even when you're scrolling, it always has the branding up here at top with the search bar.
The branding with the search and the craziness and the...
Well, I mean, it's so whenever you're reading through the stuff, looking at apps, I think it's on purpose, though. They're trying to move people to the search. Because on Chomp, they have become really good at natural language search for apps.
Oh, really?
Because they figure that most people aren't going to be searching for, an app like Bonsai Blast or Brain Genius. They're going to search for puzzle games on there. So when you input something, let's see if I can... oh, look, it's in my history. Didn't even have to type it. But this is where you'll see some of the iOS roots of this app. But, I searched for puzzle games. Bonsai Blast came up. Bubble Blast. Unblock Me. So you can flip through all these. If you're looking at any of them that you might want to install. Like if I click on any of this stuff here. Oh, yeah, I went clear back to the home.
Ooh.
Maybe they're counting on me pressing the back button.
Maybe.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
So you can hit this get it button.
Yeah. And
then I'll go right into the Android market.
Oh, that's cool.
But you can also favorite it or heartbreak it. And it does like reviews or whatever.
Oh, that's cool.
And then on the bottom, it has related searches that you can kind of flip through: puzzle box games, puzzle games, slide puzzle games, logic puzzle games. This is the kind of thing that the Android market doesn't do. You know what I mean? Helps it, that Google was kind of good at saying, "Did you mean?" or kind of pushing you around in these other areas. This kind of gives you more options, I think. And it's a very slick interface, but you can also go up here and filter these results to like free only, games or not games, which is funny because we're looking for. I wonder what not games come up for puzzle games. Nothing. Nice. It's in the search term, right?
Yeah.
But if you want to get back to the main screen for this app, you touch up here in the left corner of the Chomp thing. Boom. Back to the beginning. But they list through some of their popular categories. Social networking, always at top. But then they have on sale, and they show you how much of a price drop it was. Entertainment, kids games, toddler lock. Highly recommend it. That's an app we've reviewed before. Camera apps, which are really hot on iPhone and stuff.
Yeah.
I guess soon to be iPad, but not so much on Android. Let's see. What's new? What's new is
Thanksgiving.
I know. I know. What country is doing Thanksgiving right now? Nobody. But the what's new thing isn't that much of an improvement over the Market Fire Hose, which is just looking at the all the apps that are coming in. I mean, a bunch of these are just, to be fair to them, they might not be absolute crap, but.
So this is kind of just the stream of stuff.
Yeah, it's not exactly a stream because
supposed to be like the hot new stuff, or
I think so, because I don't know, it might be somewhat curated too, because these three are this one, and this one. They're all Super Nintendo ROMs.
Yeah,
you can install. I remember seeing these earlier on the same list, so it's kind of weird that it would be on there.
Yeah.
But whatever. So Chomp is kind of like they're a bigger player, maybe.
Yeah.
Coming over from iOS. But again, they have their focus is more on search. So if you're a Google kind of person looking for stuff, this is going to probably be what you're most comfortable with. You drop in, you type whatever you want into the box.
I also like that there's no ads.
Yeah.
The other one in App Brain, the ads were a little
intrusive. Yeah. But this also, it does autocomplete for apps. Ooh. So like I'm searching for guns, then it has this whole list of apps that you could click with the price right on there. So, or you could just go ahead and search for guns, and it'll pull them up here.
Wow, that was knife. How was there a knife in the gun category?
Where?
Shotgun. It's a shotgun.
Yeah, it's a mini shotgun there.
How much is a shotgun?
It's free.
Oh wow.
Well, shotgun free. Tasers are free.
Don't tase me, bro.
Guns and Glory, free.
I really like that heartbreak kind of thing. It's like a really simple way to just do a little review.
Yeah, and the easier they make the participation for the end user, the more accurate results are going to get as far as to what apps are good and what aren't. Because people don't want to write a whole review, you know what I mean? All that jazz, it's not worth it.
It kind of reminds me of like the thumbs up on Dig.
Yeah.
It's just real simple, real easy to do.
Yeah, for sure. So they could definitely make the user interface a little bit cleaner on doing that, rating apps and everything. But
it was a little cluttered.
But that's it. That's Chomp, and that's to help you find more apps. I mean, we want you to watch the show, but use Chomp to find other apps too. So it's okay if you see other people to find out more apps, as long as you keep coming back to us.
It's okay.
There you go.
We'll forgive you. Now. Just don't make it a habit.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I think that is everything that we have for app reviews this week.
Yes, it is.
It's now launched up into the news for Android. And we're talking about, this is the Android App Show, so we cover news around the Android operating system, new apps that are coming out that we might not be reviewing, but are worth talking about.
Yeah, and we're not going to talk about iPad.
No, not, well, okay. At the very end of the show, I'm going to have a list of Lane's top 5 reasons why not to buy the iPad.
Okay.
So don't fret if you saw it today and you're like, oh man, that's so sexy.
Oh.
I want that super thinness in my hand in a week and a half, or whatever is a week, whenever you're viewing this thing.
Less than a week.
Yeah.
No.
It's Friday next week from when we're recording the show.
It's a week.
So whatever. If you're lusting after it, calm yourself.
Yes.
Splash some water on your face. Wait till the end of the show. Because I got a few reasons you might want to consider before jumping in on the iPad too.
Thank you for talking me down.
So first off, though, I'm going to have to rile you right back up because Google has removed 21 apps infected with malware from the Android market.
21 gun salute.
Nice. The Android Police, which is like a forum/news website for Android, pointed this stuff out to Google.
Whoops.
And I guess then they took it down.
Yeah.
They were impressed with the speed from which they took the stuff down, but
that's cool.
I don't know. Essentially, I don't know what happened with this stuff, Dave. Do you know what the deal was?
It was getting into your phone, getting in your business, sending information to them, sending your the personal identification number of your phone, your IMEM something like that, IMEI or IM. Yeah, the number that identifies your phone.
Yeah,
as your phone.
Scary stuff.
Yes.
So, but they essentially just took paid apps and then they hacked them and infect them with this nasty malware, and then re-uploaded them with basically the same titles, I guess, but made them free so people would buy that one. Boy. The downside to this, though, is I think that there's going to be, I don't know, I guess I say downside, but Maybe there needs to be some control, but there's going to be a lot more control, I think, coming to the Android market with this kind of stuff going on. Because if you get too many like virus-laden apps out there infecting people, and too many of these big news stories about them having to be taken down instead of being found out themselves or even being allowed on the market, people are going to start to not trust the platform, and they're going to not install apps. And if Google thinks they have a problem right now with people not buying apps, it's going to be much larger if people start worrying about whether or not the apps that they're buying are going to be tracking phone calls that they make or copying contents of their SD card. I mean, there's this other app that Android Police right now, they're trying to work with Google. Last I checked a little bit earlier today, right before we did the show actually, where they're saying that it appears like there's a lot of obfuscation of code, but that it's some sort of a countdown in this app. And when you have something like that, that it could, if it's malware, go out and grab code and execute it, that isn't included in the app right away. All kinds of nefarious things. So Google, I don't know. You got to figure out something. Get your act together.
This is pretty bad too. Once it's installed on your phone, it starts installing other applications.
Big time.
It takes control of your web browser, adding bookmarks, surfing to other infected websites, hijacking your text messaging abilities. So it starts sending off text messages.
Yeah, start sexting grandma.
Yes, and can make phone calls. Since it's sending their number, they can
900
make phone
numbers.
Oh my. Oh my, oh my.
Oh man.
Yeah, and which makes sense because one of the infected apps is called Steamy Windows.
Oh. Was it one of those window that makes your screen look like it's fogged up?
I think so.
Oh man.
I'm not going to say if you download that app you deserve it. But that's not a good app to buy.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Yeah. And the next news story, the big players are coming out. Comcast has finally come to the market and released their Xfinity app for Android. You can do a bunch of stuff with this thing, right, Lane?
Yeah, all kinds of crazy things. Browse TV listings, view on-demand content that you have stored. Well, that doesn't make sense. I mean, you can view what on-demand content is available.
Right.
View your DVR recordings and change your channel, all from the comfort of your Android phone or tablet or whatever.
Yeah, and it would be nice if you could stream your online, stream live TV, kind of like a Slingbox kind of thing.
Yeah.
To your device, or stream your pre-recorded stuff. Now, does it stream DVR recordings? So it streams the pre-recorded content?
It does not.
Does not.
But
you can schedule DVR recordings? Is that what that?
Yes.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they're going to be coming out with future updates.
Yes.
That are going to allow you to stream stuff.
Which would be good.
From your DVR and from on-demand stuff. So, one of the things that we saw, the Comcast Xfinity app, which is what this is called. They also have the Xfinity website. Like Google TV, if you're a member of Comcast, you get the digital box or whatever. For a while, you're able to hop on and stream that stuff. But then they eventually ended up blocking that too. So, it's exciting to see them releasing an Android app, because if the rumors are true and Google TV eventually comes out with an Android market like Google always said it would, then you could very easily see how Comcast could come out with something like this to support that platform as well. So that would be something I think worth paying a couple bucks for extra to buy the app. Show a little love to Comcast and reward them for their troubles. Their troubles of me paying them money every month and them wanting something else for me.
Yeah, I don't think I want to reward them at all.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Sorry. You're getting in trouble. Everybody's getting in trouble. Facebook's getting in trouble with Google.
Oh man, this is like a big thing. There's some stink up between Google and Facebook, contact integrations with Android. So like Facebook was displaying their Facebook contacts with the contacts app inside Google, but it wouldn't let the contacts actually sync to Google.
Yes.
So, and then Facebook was getting contacts back from the contact
They're getting
app.
feedback back.
Yeah. Google didn't really like it.
No.
They say, this is I'll show you mine and you show me yours or whatever kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of inappropriate, but I'm going with it. It's because that's essentially what they're saying. They're saying, if you want access to these APIs, then you need to open up your APIs for contact sync as well.
Right.
And Google's, wrapping themselves in the flag of data portability, saying that if you put information into a service, you should be able to get that information back out.
Yeah.
But we all know what this boils down to.
What?
Facebook is starting to dabble with Android, and it's a completely open platform, so it's, sure, it's completely allowed, but it's kind of Google's baby, and the problem is there's nothing that's stopping Facebook from just slapping a UI over Android, completely integrating it with their service and stealing
phone.
all of Google's thunder.
Facebook phone.
And we see these steps going. I mean, they keep saying we're not doing Facebook phone, blah blah blah, but what the HTC Cha-Cha, you know what I mean? It has this high level integration with Facebook, and it's only going to keep getting more integrated. And there's nobody else. The thing is, there's nobody else that's integrating into Android phones like Google is, except for Facebook. Like
Right.
Bing isn't all up in there. Yahoo isn't all up in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody else is all like just trying to permeate all these different levels of the Android phone to integrate it with their service.
AOL?
No.
Didn't think so.
So other than Google and Facebook. So
Yeah.
it's I don't know, it's kind of shady, I think, on my part that this battle is going down this way, but it'll be interesting to see exactly what Facebook continues to do with Android
Mm-hmm.
and how this stuff all plays out, because this is the danger of having an open source operating system. Anybody else can, as I said earlier, get all up in there. So.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. But not as cool as this awesome new feature that I'm going to be getting on my iPhone. It's just incredibly awesome.
Or are you talking about the lock screen?
The iOS, the new amazing iOS lock screen. Like
Yeah.
the pattern, you swipe to a pattern and then
Yeah, it's a pretty good feature, huh?
unlock your iPhone. It's awesome.
Let's go to the gadget cam. So my big thing to complain about this is that's the regular Android unlock screen. This new iOS unlock screen is a direct ripoff of the Android lock screen. So I am trying to find location and security. So I want to set a
Sweet.
setup lock screen pattern. Okay, I know how to do patterns. That's fine. So that's going to be my unlock code.
I like it.
No,
You didn't do it.
So I guess that for Android, it's the entire operating system. When you unlock the screen,
Yeah.
you have to put in this unlock code in
Yes.
order to access it. But for iOS, they're having it set up so that for specific apps, when you open it, you would have to then unlock it to access that app.
Oh, that's weird.
Well, I don't know. It's a little bit different of an implementation than what it is on Android, but it's essentially the same pattern unlock.
Yeah.
But they're doing this for a couple internal applications at Apple, I guess, to kind of keep them more secure. But it's also being rumored to be integrated with EasyShare, which is used in some Old Navy stores and Apple stores too. It's their point of sale system.
Oh. So they can lock their devices down when they're not making a transaction.
Yep.
And then they can just...
And somebody picked it up. They wouldn't be able to open that app that does the transactions without putting in the code.
So then
just specific apps, it would be integrated in.
Right.
Yeah, that is the kind of weird thing. It's not known right now if this is an iOS level security thing where you set it and then you can set specific apps, or if it's just per app they have it where you enable it inside the settings for that app.
That seems weird.
Yeah.
Like,
but if you don't want people, like say you want to not have some sort of unlock password on your phone to unlock it.
Right, yeah, totally.
But you don't want people to just be able to read your text messages without putting in a password.
Yeah.
So then you could just password protect the text message app.
But it's not like, it just seems that like doing the gesture lock makes a lot more sense on an unlock screen than it does when you open an app. Because when you're unlocking your phone, you want to get to it quick, so you just do your little gesture. But when you're opening an app, you're going in there, you're opening the app, you can put a number in, you can punch a number in. It's not that difficult.
Yeah.
It seems backwards to me. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. The security pitch, though, I guess, is that these gesture-based or, image line-based unlock methods are more secure than number unlock methods. So that's why they're going with it. I don't know.
Unless you have a really dirty phone.
Yeah, and then you can easily see.
Can we see it off the reflection of yours?
This one, just no. My phone is not that dirty.
Not dirty. Good job.
It's pretty clean. So fresh and so clean.
Keeping your tools clean. It's good stuff.
So, the next story is NVIDIA launches Tegra Zone to showcase high-end apps. Pretty cool. This is an app you can download right on the Android market. We have a link up on the website if you want to check it out. But otherwise, search for Tegra Zone, Tegrazone. It's all one word. And this will show you some high-end apps that are available specifically for devices that run the Tegra 2 processor. So, pretty high-end stuff.
The big boys.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like it.
So, and some other big boy news.
Yeah. Google coming in big time with ebooks in the market. About time.
Yeah. They have their own special section now on the Android market, which is kind of cool because if you're a big fan of ebooks or emergency sirens, then you can definitely...
Wow.
Awesome. Pause for the emergency. But if you're a big fan of books, you can go online and browse through all this stuff right on the Android market on the web store.
So this is integrated into the market. It's like a section of the market. It's not a separate store.
Yeah, but it's not in the list of stuff along the side. It's
okay, so it's
books. It's Google Books.
So is it? It's not Google Books Market, or it's not like the Google Market Books section. It's just Google Books.
Well, here, let me show you.
Please do. 'Cause I'm getting slightly confused in my old age.
So right over here, there's this little link that says books.
Okay.
So you just drop that down, and it's got all on market.android.com. And it's got every different breakdown for books that you could imagine. Or if you just click on books, then it takes you to market.android.com/books.
Oh.
And it's all books instead of apps.
Oh, so like there's Android apps and then there's books.
Yep. But part of the thing that everybody's been talking about here is that there's also like a placeholder site for music.
Oh my gosh. What's going on here?
So instead of giving you like a 404, like if I...
Oh, it just goes to apps.
Yeah. So if I put in music with like a Z after it, not found.
Oh.
But if I put in music, then it dumps you back to the main page. Which, what that's supposed to do, it's not like, it's not completely spelled out, but they've made it so that directory is an actual directory.
Yeah.
It's just they're doing something there, and whenever whenever you ping the rid of the directory, it's just kicking you back to the main one.
If there was nothing there, it would give you a 404, but they're hiding it with a 303 redirect.
Yeah. So there you go.
The controversy is flying here, people.
So it's like a little hint. They're going to be coming out with.
What about movies? What if you
Google
do
Music.
movies?
It's the same thing for movies.
Same thing?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
So look forward to that. But check out market.android.com if you haven't yet. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And you can just go to our website. We link out to it. So,
So the apps and the books are more educational. They don't have quite the entertainment stuff in there. There is what you may call a divide in the app market.
Mm-hmm.
Which brings us to our next news story. Divide, the app, helps keep your business from your pleasure.
Nice.
Separate.
Yeah.
I forgot that word in there.
That's cool.
Tried to separate the two.
You didn't separate them enough because you left separate out.
I don't separate
It's a separate joke.
My business is very pleasurable.
And on that note, this is in a private beta. So, this allows you to create what are essentially two environments.
That's cool.
On one device.
Huh.
So you can switch back and forth between...
Almost like user profiles.
Yeah. So you could switch back and forth between a personal profile or a business profile. You can install apps and everything specific to each profile. And they run kind of concurrently. You switch back and forth.
Well, that's cool.
On the fly. So, but each profile can have a different security level, including password protections.
And now, do they limit it to 2 profiles? Or can you do multiple?
Yes. At this point, it's 2. But it's a closed beta. They're kind of getting it started. I see where you're going with that.
This would be really cool, like for families, like
for tablets.
Yeah, you switch it to the kid profile, lock it down, hand it to your kid.
Yes.
They can't make app purchases. They can't do whatever. Get into your email.
Yeah.
It's just tablet.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Say, please hand the toy back to Daddy. I need to do some work now.
Yeah, and of course, then you can set password protections for the profiles. So you have to enter a password to go into specific ones.
This is amazing.
But it also offers remote wipe only for, but like where you can authorize only specific profiles to be wiped.
Oh.
So like if you have a business say, okay, you got the Android phone and they're in your company's like, the only way that we'll let you do corporate email is if it was on this lockdown profile so they could wipe it remotely.
Yes.
But you install all these great apps and everything and all this other great stuff on your phone on the personal side. Well, when all heck breaks loose and the company wants to wipe the phone, it only wipes the business side of the phone, leaving all your apps and personal stuff intact. So all the business information is gone, and your phone, literally your side of the phone, perfectly intact. So pretty cool stuff. I did some research on this, though. There's one thing I couldn't find any info on whether or not it shows your personal use to the businesses, because it mentioned that there are like reports generated for like what apps you're using, phone call reports, text messaging, web browsing. And they said this could be great for billing, if you're trying to bill somebody for your time. But I don't want the business to be able to see what it is I'm doing on the personal side. I mean, it doesn't matter what it is, if it's something I should be ashamed of or not. I don't want them to know. Yeah. It's just common sense. But my thought is if they're blocking businesses from being able to wipe the personal side, like if you can only set up an authorization for the business to wipe this profile and not touch the other one, then it makes sense that the business maybe can only see the usage for that profile.
To completely block their access to the other side.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
It makes sense, but it wasn't spelled out in any of the press releases or any of the reporting done on it.
That's kind of something that you can't spell out in a press release anyway.
Yeah, and it's a closed beta, so I couldn't get my hands on it to test. So if anybody knows anybody on the show...
People at Divide, we would like to test it out, so please send us.
Yeah, I would love to. This is very intriguing to me. being able to switch profiles. Again, not even so much for the business use of it, but turning Android tablets into multi-user devices. You and I have talked about this, I think, before, about having an iPad or an Android tablet laying around the house. It kind of blurs the lines we know between the phone and the computer. But it does it in so many ways. And one of the ways is multi-user use. For a tablet around the house, they're not necessarily single-user devices. So maybe, for some people it is. They don't want anybody else to use it. But, I'd like to have a tablet that has multiple profiles.
Exactly.
It would be awesome.
And maybe a front-facing camera to identify the profile.
Maybe, I don't know.
And
yeah, there's tons of Android tablets with those.
Yeah.
Front-facing cameras.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
So, that's it for the news rundown. But as promised, I have my top 5 list as to why not to buy the iPad. So, I'm sure you must have heard today that the best thing since iPad 1 came out was announced. The iPad 2, yeah. So, that's going to be coming out a week from this upcoming Friday. I don't know exactly what the date is for that, but whatever.
The 11th. 3/11.
Yep, you got it memorized.
5 p.m.
This guy, he's got it memorized. So, so here we go. Number 5, unusable notification system.
Number 5. Ooh, hitting them where it hurts, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah. This is kind of crazy. I mean, you don't like this either, do you,
No,
Dave?
I hate it.
I mean, we talk about this all the time. You complain
Unusable.
about it. We're downstairs talking over the show, and
Well, yeah. I mean, because the iPad is something that you don't use every second of your life. You put it down on the coffee table, you go to work, you come back, you pick it up, whatever. I picked it up this afternoon. I had 10 notifications. I wanted to check something real quick. Oh, unlocked it. Beep, beep. Oh, cancel. Yeah. And I just needed to cancel them out to get to what I needed to do. And you can't go back in and find the notifications again. There's no list. There's no central system for. Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy. And if you don't, in case you're thinking about buying an iPad, make sure you pay attention to this because Android is totally different. If you're an Android user, the notification system is awesome.
You're spoiled.
iPad is horrible. Number 4, no removable storage. So, yeah. You don't think this is such a big deal?
No.
I don't know. I like the idea of, sure, onboard storage is great, but being able to swap in cards or, start with lower memory and upgrade it, that'd be pretty good. All right, you're not feeling it.
That's what a dongle's for.
That is not what a dongle's for.
In the Apple world, it is.
You guys have dongles for everything. Oh,
we do.
It's like, I need to use a monitor. Let me I want to hook up a card. Let me hook my camera up. Where's my connector? Let me get my Batman utility belt with all this extra crap hanging off of it.
Here you go, Lane.
Boom. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. All right.
Sorry,
so that's number 4.
I'll get my dongle onto your face.
Number 3. The highly restricted app store that doesn't allow such lewd behavior as that. So, we talked a little bit earlier.
We didn't have 21 apps removed today.
Yeah, we talked a little bit earlier in the show about how the laxness of the Android app store, also known as the Android market, is kind of leading to its downfall a little bit. But there's some sort of a balance, I think, between what the iPhone app store is and the Android market.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that is, but I don't think either one of them have it quite right yet.
And there is totally a false sense of security in the iOS app store.
Yeah.
Totally. I mean, the same thing could have happened to iOS apps.
Yeah,
it
maybe.
Didn't. Well,
no, these other apps would have been
access.
rejected for duplicate. No, that's only for duplicating iOS functions.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess maybe it could have happened. But like I say, I think that Google is going to move more towards the center that I think is right than Apple will. Like Google's going to be more flexible in fixing some of these issues. Yeah. Apple's not really going to come off of some of this stuff. I mean, it took them how long before they would finally even
Do apps
Yeah.
a year?
Well, and what was some of the Google apps, the Google Voice or whatever, took over a year before it was approved. And
you mean approved and then rejected and then approved again?
Yeah, I'm not quite familiar with the exact sequence. Yes. I know it was a travesty.
Yeah.
But that's number 3, the highly restrictive app store.
Speaking of travesty, I think number 2 should be the ultimate here.
Oh, you think so, huh?
This is unbelievable.
Yeah. The iPad 2 still has 256 megabytes of RAM.
What?
So it's just not.
And if you've ever used an iPad, you know the one issue you have with the hardware itself is when you open up some of these bigger apps, it says, please restart your iPad. You do not have enough memory.
Yeah.
Like, it actually says the warning on the iPad. It's not like
you can't just close other apps or whatever.
No, even if you close all your apps, it's like there's a memory leak somewhere. You need to restart your iPad because you ran out of those 256 precious megabytes of memory.
Nice. It's funny to me, too, because they have such a massive amount of NAND, storage.
Yeah, like this one's 64 gigs.
And they cut loose, or they cut short on the RAM.
Yeah.
But Android tablets are coming with anywhere from a bare minimum, I think, of 512 to 1 gigabyte. I think is what the Zoom and these others are shipping with. So quite a bit higher. But to be fair, I mean, Android requires more RAM to run than iOS does.
A little bloated.
But that's because of the number one reason not to switch to the iPad 2. Don't buy it. Yeah. Wait for a great Android tablet. There's no true multitasking on the iPad.
Oh, I thought you were going to say USB port.
No. Forget a USB port. That's worthless. Sorry. Everybody's all up in arms with that. Really, you're going to have all these drivers, all these different things to plug. No true multitasking. So, it's kind of been forgotten in this whole thing since Steve Jobs said that iOS and the iPad has multitasking, but it's only pausing an app and allowing a service to run.
Saved state.
Yeah. It's pausing an app. You can call it save state if you want. It's pausing it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But for Android, it's true multitasking like you're used to on Windows or a Mac computer, where apps can run in the background, a service can run in the background, whatever. Mm-hmm. And, sure, Steve Jobs likes to talk about how it's harder on the battery to do this kind of stuff. That's fine. But we're big kids, and you can choose what you got going on here.
Uploading your address book in the background.
There you go. Yeah, syncing it in the background with Facebook. But on the iPad, there's no true multitasking. And some of the other, I guess, the one thing I left off, maybe I can make it the top 6. Last minute top 6.
If we give you more time, you can come up with more, I'm sure.
Widgets.
Widgets? What?
Yeah, I almost forgot to bring
really?
Totally, widgets.
Widgets?
Yeah, there's all kinds of great widgets for Android, and there's nothing.
I forgot about that.
There's no widgets on iPad.
There's not.
So maybe an iOS 5. But who knows what Android's going to have by then?
Yeah.
Maybe an iOS 5 will have a real notification system as well.
Oh, don't count on that. Don't count on that.
Well, I guess stay tuned if you really want to know. But if you really want to know more about Android apps, some more Android OS news, then you need to check out the AndroidAppShow.com. It is on the internet, and it was supposed to be on my screen. Get picture-in-picture off and then turn the chroma key on. Oops. That's how we do it. TheAndroidAppShow.com. So check it out for all kinds of app reviews, links to our Twitter account, YouTube account.
YouTube.com/TheAndroidAppShow if you want to check out some of our older videos. They're not really older. They're just classic.
That's right.
And you can follow us on Twitter. Android App Show is our username on there. We tweet. We get tweeted.
It's good times.
Get tweeted.
Yeah, people send us all kinds of comments like your audio is not loud enough.
Is this loud enough for you?
You're welcome. Keep it going.
Yeah.
But if you want to find out some information about other devices that run Android instead of just apps for Android, then check out the AndroidTechShow.com, because there you will find all kinds of reviews of phones, tablets, general tech news for Android, covering new devices, and again, reviews of actual physical units that we get sometimes from people who like us and send us things to review.
Are they sending us the Zoom anytime soon?
We're on like a list for the Zoom,
List.
and we're not as cool as some of these other people, I guess, because we're all small town video bloggers.
Hillbillies?
I guess. I don't
We're
know.
techno
Michigan dirt farmers.
Techno hillbillies. Gotta get some beats.
Yeah, living in a town where AT&T doesn't even have 3G yet.
It's crazy.
There's no 4G anywhere.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Except for Sprint, they're getting close.
Not here. No,
Grand
what are
Rapids,
they?
Detroit.
Yeah. Oh, and Verizon's in Detroit too. So, but it's a good 5 years since from when Ann Arbor got 3G to when Jackson started getting 3G, and then iPhone's a whole nother story for AT&T.
Forget about it.
So
Don't get an iPhone.
But yeah, so we're the hillbilly podcasters, I guess. Maybe that's what we should change the production company to. Hillbilly podcasters.
Yeah.
So we get review units when all the big city folk are done with them.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, we do have a Zoom on the way at some point in time.
Mm-hmm. It's in the mail.
So that'll be good times.
Cool.
And we'll definitely have it on here showing off some Android Honeycomb apps. So look forward to that on a future episode.
I like it. I like it a lot. Thanks for watching, and we will be back next week with some more great news. See ya. Yeehaw!